Gretchen Evans. I'm a retired Command Sergeant Major in the United States Army. In 2004, I was deployed to Afghanistan in charge of 30,000 ground troops. It was a big job. On one particular day, I'd been on the ground just a couple of minutes when all of a sudden we started receiving really heavy artillery fire, and it was coming in like rain. I was yelling to all the troops, "Get in the bunkers, get in the bunkers." But before I could get myself in a bunker, a round landed just to my right, and it detonated. And eyewitnesses said to me that it picked me up and it threw me horizontally into one of those concrete bunkers, and I hit head first. And then on the day that they decided to wake me up, there was a young Army doctor standing next to me, and he had a small dry erase board. And he flipped the board around, and he had written the words, "You're deaf." And I didn't care that I had a million pieces of shrapnel all over my body, and what broke my heart was the fact that I lost my joy of serving my country. And so I kept being hopeful every day. And I was out running in Atlanta on a sidewalk one day, and a bicyclist came up behind me, not knowing that I was deaf. Traffic was on my right, so I naturally moved to my left, and then he hit me and threw me into traffic. So they put me in an ambulance and they take me to the hospital, and that same doctor that not that long ago had told me, "This is as good as it's going to get for you, Gretchen," comes into the emergency room and he says, "You've got to stop doing the things that you used to do. You're not the same person." And those words, they scared me, and I felt this like door closing, and I thought, if I don't stick my foot in this closing door, I'm going to lose my life. I went home and I started researching online about organizations that did service dogs, and I looked and looked and looked until I got to the America's Vet Dog website. And their mission statement says, "We train service dogs for people with all disabilities." And I sent this email when I said, "Can you help me?" And I was afraid of the answer being no, because I didn't know what else I could do at this point. And I opened up an email, and there was one word on that email, and the word was yes. And 7 months later, I got my first hearing dog, Aura, and she changed and saved my life.
When I heard Gretchen's story about how Aura saved her life, she had me. I mean, she truly represents what we're all about. She understands the value of dogs to humans, and the way she tells her story is just inspirational for everybody, for veterans, for people with disabilities, for me.
I have been inducted into the United States Women's Army Hall of Fame, as well as the U.S. Veterans Hall of Fame. Most recently, I was awarded the Pat Tillman Award for Service. And I feel like with each one of these honors that I incur a responsibility. So I feel like that my goal with Dogtopia Foundation is to help people understand that the dogs do save lives.
That truly became the inspiration of a shirt that we believe will resonate not only with veterans, not only with people with disabilities, but anybody who has a dog in their life.
This is like pure, untainted love that comes all the way from the leash that hooks to his collar all the way up into my hand, and I can feel it.
I just realized, you know what? Gretchen's story is something that has got to be out there with a lot of veterans who are struggling with PTSD and invisible injuries, and it really truly does help having those dogs in their lives. It brings them out of isolation.
So I've spent the last 2 weeks wearing this t-shirt. People actually literally stop you and they laugh with you by saying, "Dogs do save lives," because it's so relatable.
Aura saved my life.
100% of the proceeds are going to help us get more service dogs for veterans. It's really easy to get it. Just go to the dogtopiafoundation.org website.
So get a t-shirt, go out there, wear it, become a celebrity, and donate to the foundation.
Dogs save lives.